Good afternoon, Martyn's mates, and welcome to another live show. Today is a special one. We have a DJ live in the house coming to us via Zoom call from the UK. I'm in Texas. If you're watching this, it's because you want to know how to be a DJ. You want to know how to be a DJ live online. You want to be successful on YouTube. You want to be successful with sessions. Well, tonight, morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world right now, we're going to be talking live with a professional DJ who's killing it on sessions, who's killing it on YouTube. He's a great guy. He's a mate of mine. I met him on Sessions, which is a live streaming app for musicians and artists, DJs, singers alike. And I met Tom from CMV, which is Canterbury Music Vibe. And we started chatting, and I said, come on live on my show. I'm going to bring him live on the show today, and he's going to be here talking to you live, helping you grow your YouTube channel, helping you be a DJ, learning all the tips and tricks of how to be successful on YouTube and sessions as a DJ. Okay, so my name is Martyn Lucas. Please do click subscribe to the channel. There it is. And ring the little bell. There you go. I was voted by Elton John as the World Piano Man. I'm live on YouTube every day, live on Sessions every day. But today, coming from my studio, this is the studio here in the United States of America. As you can see now, this is the back of my head. And you see Tom there, look, on Zoom. Give us a wave, Tom. There you go. There is Tom, look, in my Zoom call, ready to come in and talk to you today. And we're talking about DJs, we're talking about music, how all this is put together. You can see my studio behind. Let me just give you a little taste of the studio. This is my setup here in my studio. I've got multi-cameras. Everything is live. And in fact, most people think I'm in the studio with at least 10 people. But actually, I'm on my own. I can switch to this camera here, which is a Sony camera on a DJI Ronin SC floating up and down on a track. This camera here is another Sony on another track floating up and down with Ninja 5 recorders to capture all the screens and fully process all the Sony cameras so they all focus into my eyeballs. We can go over the top here and we can look directly on an overhead camera, another Sony camera, and that captures all the music down here. So everything is live, everything is multi-tracked, everything is coming to you directly live on YouTube, multi-streaming at the same time. But today we are talking with a DJ Tom Tom Smith, in fact, from Canterbury over there in the United Kingdom. So I'm going to bring in Tom without further ado and get him live into my show. So, right, we're now going to go back now into my Zoom intro and bring in Tom. Are you ready, Tom? I'm going to unmute you now. You can click the unmute button yourself, unmute yourself, and bring Tom in. Here he is. Would you please, everybody, give a huge round of applause and a big shout out to my mate, Tom, who's in the house right now. Let's hear from Tom, everybody. That applause wasn't loud enough. That's a bigger applause. Come on, let's hear it. Here's Tom. How you doing, Tom?
Evening, Martyn. Evening, YouTube. How are you doing, everyone? It's fantastic. Hard to believe if you take it back to March, we'd been doing this face-to-face over a coffee or live in each other's studios. Now, thousands of miles away, you're literally what we like to call across the pond in
Absolutely.
your studio. I'm across this side of the pond in my studio.
Absolutely. Hey, Tom, it's great to have you here, mate.
Thank you for inviting me, and thanks for taking the time out.
It's my pleasure. So I want to introduce Tom now to the world. Let me see who's chatting with us. Alice from England. Alice is chatting with us from England. Thank you, Alice. Alice is always there. Hey, Martyn. Hey, Andrew. CMV. Tom, you're chatting in the live chat. Thank you. And we got one of your friends as well. I think Andrew popped in earlier and said hello as well. Thank you very much, Andrew, for popping in. Is Andrew a mate of yours?
Andrew's actually another streamer I met through Sessions as well. Fantastic.
Oh, cool.
I know, and also he's a record producer and part-time DJ, same as me, so same industry.
Okay, great. Well, listen, Tom, we've got a lot of viewers now who'll be watching this thinking, I want to be a DJ, or I want to go online, because obviously DJs traditionally have been out on the road, in the back of the van, carrying in the speakers and the sound system and the light boxes. I know, mate. I did it for years before I was, singing and stuff like that, so I know what it's all about. But right now, we're all doing it online, right? And you are a star on CMV. You're one of the artists on sorry, I apologize, but getting my brain all mixed up here. You're one of the stars and the artists on Sessions. For those who don't know, Sessions is like a music app it's like YouTube, but just for artists, musicians, DJs, singers, bands, solo artists, groups, whatever you like. And Tom's on there as a DJ. And he goes on there and he plays great music for you. It's fantastic. And people can then watch him live. They can chat with him live. They can talk to him live. It's like Tom's got his own TV radio station over there on Sessions. And you build up a crew. You join a crew. You can only join one crew. So today, guys, you got a bit of a dilemma. Do you join the Martyn Lucas crew or do you join Tom's crew, CMV? You can choose. Tom, I'm gonna try to get you to join my crew, and Tom's gonna try to get you to join his crew, and then afterwards, me and Tom are gonna get into a little fight and see who wins the fight. All right, it's okay. So if you want to go to Sessions right now, it's sessionslive.com. Sessionslive.com /
CMV Studio 495.
Either. I thought yours was / CMV.
No, mine's CMV Studio 495, and I'll go into why it's that in a moment.
Right,
you.
Okay. You can go on that. So you go sessionslive.com /
CMV Studio 495. I have put it in the chat, guys. My profile link is in there.
Or you can go sessionslive.com / Martyn Lucas. The choice is yours. We're not going to sway you anyway. You got live music with me or DJ. So which do you want to follow? And when you go over there, you can then follow us. Now, by the way, whichever crew you join, it makes no blimmin' difference. You can still go and see Tom play every day. You can still see me play every day. You can do what the heck you like, all right? Enjoy it, have some fun, and share the love, all right? You can make live requests to Tom or myself. And the way Sessions works is when you're on Sessions, you join someone's crew, so now you're kind of like in their club, right? And what you do, if you're watching my music and collecting stars and giving me love, you're helping me, but you're also helping your crew. Your star, which is Tom, right? In that case. So whichever crew you follow, you're supporting everybody else as well. Hey, look at this. We've got Jason Duff. The party animal has arrived, Jason. Is that one of your mates, is it?
Yeah, that Jason is someone who I've met through another artist on there, but me and Jason really get on well. He's probably one of my most loyal fans. He's always in. He's always messaging me on Facebook. Oh, when are you going live at all the time? When are you coming in? What are you doing?
Fantastic.
Sends me photos of him.
Let's give a big shout out then to Jason Duff. Now, hang on, I tell you what. In full, we got all the DJ props today. We'll have a bit of a DJ air horn as well there. That's for Jason Duff. Fantastic. Welcome to the YouTube channel, mate. I hope you subscribed and rang the bell. Right, Tom. I want to first of all ask you, right, you're sitting there with your mixing desk and your laptop and everyone. Tell everybody, if they're watching this now, they're a DJ, they've been out on the road doing it, but now they can't do that. All the gigs are cancelled. We all know what it's like, mate. All right. So first of all, before you tell everybody how to do it, how you getting by right now? It's tough, isn't it, for a DJ right now?
Well, at the moment, I've had nothing since March. That's where Sessions has helped me out massively because of the content I play. YouTube's a nightmare. Obviously, Facebook have now decided they no longer wish to have live music from the 1st of October, so that's hurt. All the pubs and the clubs being shut hasn't helped. All the live work has just come to a halt. So I had nothing for April and May. It was only thanks to another artist that I saw on YouTube that introduced me to Sessions and said, look, what you do is fantastic. I was doing a few on YouTube myself. They came in and watched, and they went, "Yeah, bang! Sessions is the platform for you because you can do what you do what you love, and you're not going to have no restrictions on doing that. You can get back to being you rather than being what YouTube wants to make you be."
Yeah, I know, mate.
It's a lot harder.
I know it's frustrating as an artist. I get it. You know, everything I do, all the music other than my own songs, is copyrighted. You know, many years ago I performed as the Phantom. I toured with Elton John and stuff like that. So I do a lot of music that's copyrighted by other artists. And if I sing on Facebook Live, which I used to do a lot, it would be muted the following morning. It would just be so no one could even listen to it after, once it'd gone out live. So that was difficult. YouTube isn't so much of a problem for me. I am all my music is flagged as copyright, but now my channel is monetized. What tends to happen is I split. They share the revenue with me, so I don't earn as much, but I earn something. but there are many other ways to earn money. So if you're watching this now and you're an artist on YouTube and you want to make money, okay, trust me, guys, there are other ways to make money than just YouTube ads. YouTube ads is the smallest part of my revenue. People pay me to come online. I get sponsorship deals. There's affiliation through Amazon. There's many, many ways that you can make money on YouTube. So don't be afraid. Facebook, it doesn't work so well because Facebook mute it. But with YouTube, they will copyright everything. You won't earn any money on YouTube ads. But of course, you have to get qualified for that anyway. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So you may not be at that point anyway. But once you get to that point, I mean, you can earn money from YouTube ads. You very often have to share the revenue, and that doesn't work out very much. But that's okay. There's still other ways you can monetize your channel through affiliation with Amazon. You can get sponsored. A lot of my stuff is sponsored by the interviewees that I have on the show. So there's many, many ways you can make money through YouTube. And of course, it's promoting you as an artist for touring and selling records. And like in Tom's case, it's promoting Tom as an artist, as a DJ. So when it's back to normal, like today, I heard you had a gig today, Tom. That was cool, mate. Tell me about the gig today. How did that go?
Oh, that was fantastic. It was an early morning start, but we all know what the life of a musician is. Up at 3, making sure the van was loaded with everything I needed.
Yeah.
Having my studio here means I have to pack all this down, load it in the van, make sure all of my live works in there as well. Because apart from being a DJ, I'm a sound technician as well for live bands. So
right.
Sort of multi-skilled, multi-hats, and making sure all of my live equipment was in there, making sure all my DJ equipment was in there.
Yeah.
Off to that, set it all up, wait for the band to turn up, and we've all worked with bands.
Yeah.
Before, so we know exactly they want it sounding one way, we have it sounding another way, and making sure they've got all of their stuff in time, because you have to sort of be like a parent to them to say, no, this is how we're going to set you up. So, yeah. So
I bet it felt great, right? Doing the gig today. Absolutely great. Hey, Tom, I know what people are going to be watching this video. They're going to be asking, right? They're thinking, right, I'm a DJ. I've been touring around in my van with my gear. How do I get out online? So how did you get into sessions? How do you get connected with sessions?
So with sessions, it's really straightforward and simple to do. All you do is, if you know an artist on there and you want to go on sessions, so either if you watch your show, Martyn, or you watch my show, drop one of us a message. We've got referral links that we can send to you that sessions are going to like, because we are a referring artist. They know that we're on there and we know the platform and we know the content they want to put out there. Or if you're not linked with an artist and you just watch Martyn's show, or you watch my show and you want to become part of it, it's really simple to do. All you do is, as Martyn said earlier, go to Sessions Live, which is sessionslive.com. And at the top, there's a wonderful button that says apply. It's a simple, straightforward form. You put all of your details on there. If you're a YouTube artist already, you can put copies of your YouTube work on there. Or if you've got records that you've done previously, you can put links to those on there. The artist team there will come back to you and say, yeah, perfect, we like what we're hearing. Or if they say, no, not at this time, they always give you feedback as to why at this moment. So they work with you. And then they book you on for an onboarding session, which is a 20-minute session. You go through all your studio work with them. You show how you're going to be running it, and they'll give you feedback along the way, and they'll hopefully put you live, and you become a rising artist with them.
That's it. So you've heard it from Tom there. Myself, I've been on sessions for 3 weeks now, so I'm new to it. How long have you been on it, Tom?
Middle of June I came online. So
middle of June.
4 and a bit months now, 4.5
cool.
months now I've been on there.
So go and check it out, guys. If you want to be, because the more artists that we get on there, that isn't a bad thing. It's not like, oh, more competition. Oh, no. It's a good thing, because the more people that come on, the more people they bring with them, the more people are looking for music and stuff like that. And the variety of music is fantastic. I sing in my studio. I do Elton John and Phantom of the Opera and all my stuff that I do. Tom's very different. Tom's a DJ. He plays DJ music, and he has a party with you. So you can have Tom. If you've got a party going on and you need a DJ and you can't hire a DJ because you're not allowed to because of the current situation, you can get a big screen with Tom as your DJ, and you can be talking to him live, a lot cheaper than if you have to hire him. So there you go. You can get yourself a DJ for a lot less. Just give him lots of love and lots of tips on the screen, because you can do that. That's another way you can earn money, right, Tom?
No, exactly. And also, if you want to be even more exclusive as well, seeing in my mind I can't come out to you guys at the moment, all you've got to do is just contact me, and I can do it over Zoom or even a private YouTube link as well.
That's right, absolutely right. I do a lot of private YouTube shows. I do that a lot. In fact, a lot of companies, if you're a DJ or a musician artist, and you start putting out content on YouTube, you can get hired. In fact, most of my shows they're actually all public. Actually, the people I do it for like it to be public. They want people to see. But I get a lot of companies that get me to do happy hours. I do a lot of fundraisers. We had Bon Jovi's team drop by the other day, dropped in the guitar. We raised, in fact, the last 3 weeks we've raised over $250,000 online for non-profits. And we're on target in December to do $1 million a month with the online fundraising shows I'm doing. It's really grown. So the potential online, Tom, is astronomical. So get out there, get online, get on sessions, get on YouTube, do your thing, follow Tom, all right, and as an artist, get there yourself. As a DJ or a band or a solo or a singer, whatever you are, you can be on YouTube or you can be on sessions, okay? And don't worry about the restrictions. Don't worry about it. Get out there and promote yourself, because if you're seen to be doing what you're doing, somebody could call you up, message you directly or through the channel and say, hey, could you do me a show? And you can be on a big screen. I did a show the other day, and I was actually in a church on a big screen. There was 1,000 people at the church, all spread out, all doing the right thing in a church in Texas. And I was singing on the screen via my YouTube channel, and we raised about $20,000 for the church. Absolutely brilliant. Everyone was watching it and donating. We had sponsors doing it. So the opportunities for a DJ, a performer through YouTube and sessions are limitless. Just get out there and do it. He's great. He's doing it every day. Hey, Tom, you got a great set, mate. Tell me about the equipment you got there and what you use for sessions, what you use to get online and how you put it all together.
So for sessions, it's pretty much the same as what I'll do if I'm out live. Obviously a lot smaller setup because I can't do my full big studio yet. My full studio is coming very, very soon, so there'll be new lights, new equipment in there. It's going to be phenomenal. But for this one, it's pretty straightforward. So I've got my Pioneer DJ desk here, which you guys can just about see on camera. To my left, obviously on my laptop stand, is my software I use. So my controller connects to my laptop into my mixer, which is hiding under here. And then from the mixer, I go off to my computer, which is off screen. So I go in the microphone port, then out of my computer on the headphone port, so I can hear everything that I broadcast live. Whereas you find with a lot of radio presenters, they'll only hear when they want to put their microphone on. I hear absolutely everything that goes out live. So if there's any errors or any issues with it, I can hear that before it reaches my computer. And then from my computer over the internet to 2 screens that I run here, I run a dual screen setup. So I use a program called OBS, which is Open Broadcast Software. Phenomenal bit of kit. I know you use that as well, Martyn. So many capabilities for DJs. And
it's great, isn't it? It's free as well.
It's free, and there's so many hints and tips out there. So I run that on one screen, which is the screen I'm pointing to just below the Zoom call today. And as us artists, we have what we call an artist panel, which is where we've got all of our settings, all of our setups in there, and it's how we see the live chat. So you guys that are on sessions that are messaging us, we see those. There's normally a 20-25 second delay on sessions, so that's why if you message us, we might take a little bit of time to respond to you, but we do respond to every message. They're all there, we see them. And I used to run it on one screen, absolute nightmare. But I love the DJ controller. You can't see, let me see if I can just modify my camera fraction. As you can see, I have two desks here, which I can actually convert into 4, so I can run 4 different songs at once. So I always have one queued up on one screen and then the second one queued up on another screen, on another channel there, so it's easy to run. Everything that goes out never goes out at what's known in the trade as a flat track, so I'm always working on it. I don't just hit play, sit back, wait for the next track, hit go again. All of my music I pick as I'm playing, so I respond to what either fans are asking for, or if I get more tips on one song than another, I will always... That's another thing. I always have to make sure I don't hit the microphone stand.
Easy done, mate.
Easy done. I need to change that because at the moment it's running on a boom arm mic stand. So I use a podcaster microphone. Works so much better for me because I used to have a standard vocal mic, but doing work on sessions in YouTube, I just can't get the right sound to it. And just down here, like you, Martyn, down by my left foot, I've got a lovely little delay pedal. So depending on what show I do, I can either run it flat, or I can put a little bit of delay in like I've got tonight. Or the other night I done a Grease musical special. So I put a bit more delay in it to make it sound like a proper 50s style microphone, so I can modify my setup as I go. All of that goes back through my laptop into my software into mixer into computer. All within easy reach of me, so I don't have to keep getting up, having multiple team to run it. It's all run locally. And when I'm out and about doing a live job, it's pretty similar setup. Obviously, slightly bigger mixer and my lights and everything. But the reason why I set it up this way is because it's what I know how to do. I know how to use it, how it all works. I can modify things quickly if I need to, adjust things if I need to. And as I said, I listen to absolutely everything that gets broadcast. As you can see tonight, I've got my headphones in again. It's because I want to hear the quality that's outgoing is the best it can be. And that's what I do. With over 10 years industry experience now, I want to know that everything I'm doing is going out the best. And if it isn't, I'll finish a stream and I'll sit back, I'll watch the recording of it and I'll go, where did I go wrong? Why did I go wrong? And I'll correct it from there.
There it is. So let's start to break down some of the. We've had a general talk through now how to get on sessions, what you need, what equipment you need. All right, let's start to break it all down now. So we're gonna go backwards and forwards between my studio and Tom's studio, and we can discuss all the different ways we can do things. Right, and then what we'll do for people that are watching this now, we're recording this. We'll break this down into several little videos as well, Tom. So we've got all these little videos about different things. All right, so let's start right at the beginning. First of all, you got to have a camera. You've got to have a camera and a microphone. So we'll talk cameras first of all. So Tom, what camera have you got there?
I'm using a HD-based webcam that goes out. It's an HD-based, but for the streaming, I run it at 720p. The only reason I do it that way is because trying to output at 1080i or 1080p, I always find OBS is what obviously known in the industry is chugging, so it slows it down. It doesn't run it. I don't run it in mirror mode purely because mirror mode confuses me when I'm watching things.
Right.
It up. And that's on a USB 3.0, so that goes straight into the Mac.
And how much is that? How much is that? Just roughly on Amazon. How much can you pick them on?
On Amazon, that cost me. Obviously, I'll do it in pounds. I can roughly convert it to dollars. But UK pounds or GDP was about 35 quid. So
there you go. So there you go, guys.
Camera, but works fantastic.
There you go. This is what we're going to show you today. We're going to show you from on a budget. You can do this on a budget. You don't need to have. You can probably gather I've got an expensive camera right now. I've got mirrorless cameras and all sorts. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to show you how you can do it on a budget and then remortgage your house. You know, so it's entirely up to you. This just shows you what you can do. Okay, so for $35, guys, you can get yourself an Amazon. Go on Amazon, get yourself a camera, and you can see it does the job perfectly well. Right, you can see Tom, it does the job fine. Okay, now I'll show you the other end of the spectrum right now. The camera I'm using is a Sony 6700. That's about $1,000, $1,500. Then you've got the lenses, another $1,000 for the lens, and then you can have what makes this all. If you notice, as I move my camera, I'm always in focus. You see that? No matter where I go, I'm in focus. That's because I've got a Ninja 5 monitor on the camera, which frees up the eye control for the Sony camera. Without it, the Sony camera won't work this way. It opens up because when the camera is doing everything, it limits some of its functions. If you add on an external recorder, then you can get that focus. So, all right. So this is another way you can do it. So if you start out with the budget and you can spend more money, that's how that's done. At the back of the studio, I'll just I'll go over here. In fact, I'll just turn it around on here. You can see this camera behind me. This is another Sony. You can see that Tom on the screen. Let's see him there. Look, this camera here is on a track. All right, a track. These tracks that go from about $100 right up to $1,000. This is a mid-range track. You don't have to spend a fortune on tracks. And what the camera is doing now, it's floating up and down on this camera. Same camera as a Sony camera with that Ninja on the back of it as a monitor. All right. So that gives you an idea of cameras. Okay. Let me bring you back to Tom, and now we're going to move on to what you need for a microphone, because you've got to better make some noise. All right, we'll come on to mixers in a minute. So now we're talking microphones. Tom, you told me that you got a podcast mic. Tell me a bit about your microphone.
So my podcaster mic, Podcaster Pro, absolutely love it. Only have had it about a couple of months now, but what I realised with this is it's got such a wide range on it. I've got more control over it. My voice comes across brighter, cleaner.
Sounds great, Tom.
Because I used to use Blue Encore Dynamics mic, which is great for vocal work, great if you're singing because it's got the range in there. But because I do more radio presenting style, my tone comes across quite flat on it. Whereas because I've only got a small mixer, which I know we're coming on to in a minute, I can't adjust it that cleanly. So I couldn't add effects into it. I couldn't brighten it up. And I was getting a lot of people saying, oh, it's quite a dull tone. And are you feeling okay today? You're coming across quite flat. So I thought, right, no, if I'm going to do this, let's do it properly. Invest a little bit more into a new microphone. Done my research, done my looks on it. And I love the older style mic. If I could afford one, I'd be definitely going for a Shure SM58 retro look. But the podcaster, for what I do and what I deliver content-wise, is absolutely.
Do you know what you brought up a really good point there? Because, and this is important because at the moment a lot of people are on a budget and it's difficult for everyone all around the world, right? And they want to be able to get online and they want to be able to do it, but they don't want to go bankrupt. They don't want to spend $1 million, right? Not everyone's right. So you've made a really good point. Roughly, Tom, how much would that microphone be on Amazon?
On Amazon, well, from the supplier I use, it was about 100 quid.
£100. See, guys, for 100, and Tom sounds great. And this is something I want to talk to you about. Microphones is so important. As you go up in price, you can buy a microphone for $10. There's no point. All right, you jump massively when you go to $50 to $100. As you can hear, Tom sounds great on his microphone, right? As you spend more and more and more, the differences get less and less and less, and you can hardly tell the difference. It just becomes, if you've got the money, you do it because it's what you do in a studio and so on. But you don't have to do it, right? The differences get smaller and smaller and smaller, and they're so insignificant now. You have to decide at what point do you go, that's enough. To be perfectly honest, Tom spent there's a $100 microphone there. It does the job perfectly well. Okay, the microphone behind me, if I bring it into focus, that microphone there, that's a Neumann UL 183, I think it is. I think that's a Neumann UL 183. Now, is it 183? I'm going to be. Someone's going to write in now and say, no, you got that wrong. I think it's a 183, a UL 183. I can't remember. But anyway, that's a Neumann. That's a £2,000 microphone, $1,500 microphone. There is a U87, which is about $6,000, which is about £10,000, right? Now, I think everybody listening will agree that the difference between my microphone and Tom's, you might notice a bit of a difference. Mainly as a singer, you'll notice a difference, but only a little bit. So you have to decide, is that difference worth that amount of money? And most people will say, no, it isn't. I just happen to have it because I've been in this business all my life. And, as you get old, I'm a lot older than Tom, all right? I've been doing it for 35 years. You've been doing it like 10 years, Tom, you said?
Yep, 10 years in the industry now.
Yeah, there you go. But most people watching do not want to spend $2,000 on a microphone, and that's understandable, right? Let's just do a little test. You're all listening at home right now. And remember, when you're producing online as a DJ, whether you're on sessions, whether you're on YouTube, the bandwidth and the quality is dramatically reduced. Okay, what you're getting on a recording is different. What we're doing here is compressed, and the audio quality is reduced. So what a Rolls-Royce microphone allows and collects, you won't get most of that, because time it's been produced and compressed and put over the internet, you lose a lot of it. So now we're gonna let you decide whether it's worth it. All right? Okay, I love it. I've got it. I'm happy with it. But I'm going to let you decide whether between $100, £100 and £2,000, you see a difference. So this is a good little test for you, right? So I'm going to go to that one over there now, and then we'll do it, right? So Tom, you give me a little bit of a test, an audio test, and then we'll compare, right?
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right, Tom, you talk to me first, mate.
Perfect. So, one of my show intros. Evening, welcome to CMV Studio. This is your Sunday night club night here. Let's get this rocking and rolling, shall we? So, coming up on tonight's show, we've got all of your club classics here. So, what do we got? Obviously, I'm not going to name any of them at the moment because, obviously, if you're in my show, I don't want to spoil it for Sunday for you.
There you go, spot on. All right, there you go. So that is how it sounds for $100, right? Now, this is a $2,000 microphone. This is, I wish I could remember the name. I'm so annoyed now. I'm going to check it later on. This is the Neumann UL, and I'm sure it's the 183. I'm probably wrong though. Anyway, there you go. This gives you the difference. Now, you should be in an ideal world, it'll have a lot more, it'll have some more presence to it. You'll catch my breath on it. And the reason why I've got this pop screen and a windshield is because I have a smoke machine in here. You can probably see there's a little bit of smoke around me, right? This diaphragm in here is open. It's not as encapsulated and closed in as Tom's microphone. This diaphragm is open. You can see it. You can see the little gold membrane. And my breath, the spit, the smoke goes onto that membrane and damages it. And it literally kills it, all right? So I've gone overboard, and I've noticed there's not a difference in sound with a pop screen and a windshield by having both, okay? It doesn't actually damage the mic. It doesn't damage the sound. You can't tell the difference, but it protects my microphone because now I can wash this screen, and I can also wash the windscreen as well to completely clean it and then put it back on again. So there you go. That's a bit of a sound difference, and I doubt if many of you notice much of a difference. There might be a slight difference, but you decide whether you want to spend £100 or £2,000 or anywhere in between. So you can get into the business, you can get online for 10 quid. But what Tom has done is the right thing. You go too cheap and it will sound cheap. What Tom has done is he's got a microphone that does the job perfectly adequately, sounds probably not much different than me, to be perfectly honest, but at a vastly reduced cost. All right. Okay. So now we've talked microphones, and so you decide where you want to come in. This microphone here is a Beta 58. This is more of a rock and roll microphone. Now this is somewhere in between. This is about $200, somewhere in between. This is a good rock and roll microphone, but it doesn't have the presence of a Neumann. But again, you decide. And remember, a lot of what we do here today, we create with the mixer anyway. We could flatten it. We could do all sorts of stuff with it anyway. And time it's gone through compression and over the internet, it's dramatically changed. So you have to decide where you want to come in. All right, Tom. So we got our microphone. In your case now, you're a DJ. I'm not a DJ. I'm playing live music. You're playing DJ music. So you need a mixer and a DJ console. What have you got there, Tom?
So I go from microphone into my delay pedal, which is one of the best additions I've ever added.
Yeah.
So as you guys can hear, there's a very fraction delay. Sounds like a slightly older radio presenter style studio, because where I am at the moment, I'm not in a professional studio, so I haven't got all of the pads on the walls. I haven't got the compressor running. I haven't got loads of other elements running that would put that radio crisp to it. So I wanted that slightly older style presenting to it. So I go stereo cable XLR out into my controller, into the pedal into my mixer, which is a 2-channel Behringer mixer. One of the best things I've ever bought, my little 2-channel. I run a 12-channel Behringer and a 14-channel PV desk. I run 2 different desks. One's live sound, one's DJing, and then I've got what I call my streaming / podcaster mixer here. So I go out of my Pioneer DJI SB3 controller, which is about a year old now. Absolute phenomenal upgrade. It was one of the newer ones that Pioneer brought out.
Pioneer's great, isn't it? It really does pioneer DJ desks. It's one of the most popular desks that anyone can have. Every DJ has had or got a Pioneer desk. Great, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. And with Pioneer, the reason why I went with the digital DJ desk is because I run all of my music MP3 or WAV files
Yeah.
So much easier for me, lighter, easier to carry. I've gone into some jobs before now. I've literally taken my controller and laptop, and that is it. That is everything I've had to take into a job. So I can literally put it passenger seat. I'm at a job, 2 minutes to take it out, put it in, and off I go. It's phenomenal. So I come out of that via the phono leads at the back. Phono leads straight into the mixer. So I can control everything from the mixer itself. So I've got all of my mixing desk in the middle, and I've got my second mixer. So in effect, I run 2 mixers, one for my music, one for the output on the stream. I then go out of my mixer, as I said earlier, into my computer, which runs through OBS. I've got an additional sound mixer on my OBS as well. So I run that. So in effect, again, that's 3 mixers that I'm running, so I can modify everything. And with my Pioneer, I've got 4. You can see 2 jog wheels here for me to prep my tracks, but I've actually got 4. I've got 2 virtual channels as well, so I can run 1 track on one. I run my second track on my other one, so I have them ready to go, so there's no stop starting between the 2. And if I want to put a radio jingle on or a commercial jingle on, all I literally do, as you'll see, you can't really see it that clear on the video, but that number 3, which is my third desk, is now lit up. Turn it off. My computer goes back to channel 1. I can run it all on there. All my music's on there. Nice, straightforward, simple to use, easy to understand, which is what I love about Pioneer. They don't make things over complex. And the laptop is running Serato DJ Lite at the moment, which the Pioneer desk comes with. So they give you all of the software for it. And it just works. It's just plug and play, 1 USB cable, the software loads up. It knows exactly what it's got to run. It knows all of the configurations, so you haven't got to stress about how to get this working, how do I get that working, which I know probably you've had over the time, Martyn, with your
yeah.
Because obviously in your corner, you're running your sound desk, you can go, well, hang on a minute, how does that sound? How does this sound? I've got to get that.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Experimentation all the time. Just raise it, now we've talked about your desk, just raise your camera back up again, Tom, if you wouldn't mind. There we go. That's cool. Lovely job. Fantastic. So there you go, folks. That's how you get on sessions, how you get on YouTube. We talked about the microphone options, okay? You can spend a little bit of money, or you can spend a lot of money. The options are all there, but either way works. Cameras, we've talked about using a like a webcam type, USB type camera, up to a mirrorless, type camera, and then we've talked about your computer. Now you're using a laptop, right?
Yeah, I use a laptop to go out.
Windows?
Windows laptop, but my streaming machine's a Mac. The reason why I went down that route is with a Mac, this one's an i7 processor, so obviously faster processing power, speed. Yeah. OBS, for some reason, tends to like working on a Mac. Don't know why, it just happens. But you can stream from the Windows laptop as well, and you can use OBS on Windows, works really well. OBS is just one program. There's many streaming ones.
Well, do you know what? Until recently, OBS didn't, because you're saying OBS doesn't work on a Mac.
It does work on a Mac. I stream through OBS.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yes, yeah. But that's new, isn't it? It wasn't working properly recently. No, it's only just recently fixed it.
Yeah, they put a new edition out 3 or 4 days ago that actually cleaned it up.
Yeah.
I think what it is, where a lot of sessions artists are saying they're having issues, is because Sessions is rebuilding their back-end system. I could bore everyone with all the new rebuild information that we get given as artists, but that would then turn this into a 3-hour. This is what they're doing. This is what they're adding and changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of it won't affect you guys watching it. It affects us more than anything, but it will help you guys as well. Yeah,
I'm running a Mac here, and I know recently, just a few weeks ago, I couldn't use OBS because what we're using right now, what you're coming into now via Zoom, is I'm using Ecamm Live.
Yeah,
that's what I use. But to be honest with you, OBS is great. I mean, I'm using OBS for sessions. It's a free app, and I paid a lot of money for Ecamm Live. I don't know why. Because OBS seems to be working fine. I'm thinking maybe I'll go on to OBS for everything else. I mean, but it's all about experimentation. You got to just try what works for you. There isn't. This is one thing, right? There isn't a best anything. It's what you can work, what works for you, what you get into. The end of the day, whether being successful on YouTube sessions, whatever, the best video you ever make is the one you actually make. You can talk about making videos, talk about going online, talk about doing this, talk about doing that. But the most important thing is to get out there and do it and learn as you go. Okay? My YouTube channel started just like 4 months ago. I've had it for 20 years. I've had it forever, but I've never done anything with it. I've had a few videos over the years, but never done anything with it. But over the last, don't go. We got pressed.
You've seen that?
Yeah, I just seen that. Leah, can you do a little bit of moderation for me? All right. Okay. Cool. Good afternoon, Preston. How are you? We've got one of our fans just come on in there. Alice, how are you? What's wrong with OBS? So OBS, nothing wrong with OBS, mate. Try it. It's a wonderful app. It's free. So I mean, you can go, and pay a lot of money for your streaming software. I use Ecamm Live, and I got all the different bells and whistles, and it's expensive. But not everyone has a budget for that, right? And OBS, I gotta say, works absolutely fine. Does a great job. I mean, I'm using OBS on sessions. Use it every single time, and it's completely free, and it does the job. And I'm now looking at, do I switch from when my subscription is up on OBS on Ecamm Live? Do I switch to OBS exclusively because it's so good? OBS is bad. I tried to work OBS, and it said I could only use 360. The next day, I said it couldn't go. Okay. My internet only does 720. Look, with every app, it has its limitations and its specifications. You've got to just try it out, see if it works for you. But I have to say, I've got a good internet connection here. I've got a gig up and a gig down, which is pretty crazy, right?
That sounds like a business connection to me.
Sorry, mate.
That sounds like a business connection to me. If you gig up, gig down.
Well, it's not. It's not actually. Just where I'm in Texas, there is a really good. Just down the road they don't have it. It's just by luck where I am living right now. What I've got here is two internets that run simultaneously through a bridge for load balancing. So if I lose Spectrum, which is a gig up, gig down, it automatically goes straight into AT&T, which is what I have here in Texas. So I never lose internet, and I've also got backup power. So if the power goes out, I've got a UPS power system into an Ego. Do you know the big Ego battery packs?
I love UPSs. If I could fit a UPS under my desk, get a gig up, gig down, I would be having a studio just like yours, because I know on 1024 up, 1024 down, that would be ideal. But saying that, I run my up from my studio here. So in mind, I'm on a 30-foot Ethernet cable, Cat 5e.
Right.
I'm still getting 40, 50 down and about 17 up. So it's more than adequate.
Right, I was going to say, right, this is really important again, right? People are listening in, so we're talking about minimums to maximums, best to worst, and all these in-betweens, right? It's so important that you don't get bogged down in internet speed. I really want to tell people this, right? It's great having a gig down, gig up, but let me tell you, I've got no advantage over Tom. Tom just said he's got 17 up. 17 up is all you need. In fact, a 17 up, I would be quite confident to say you could even stream at 4K. Yeah. I think you could stream at 4K. Not perhaps the ultra like 5K or the 8K, but you could certainly upload and stream at 4K at 17 megs. And most people do not require 4K. I'm streaming. We stream. This is a 4K stream, okay, but. It's a limited 4K stream. There are different versions of 4K. I want everyone to realize that, right? YouTube can't take any more than what I'm giving, right? And I can get it out at 15 megs a second. So the 1000 up is great for me uploading a video. If I want to send Tom, if I want to send Tom afterwards this video, and I want to send it up to Dropbox, I could do it a lot quicker than Tom can do it. But streaming-wise, this is as fast as you need to be. So you've got more than you need there, Tom.
It's fantastic. And as I said, I'm on a 30-foot Cat 5. It's not even Cat 5.
Which is far better than Wi-Fi, right? Totally always go wired.
Or if you're ever streaming, or in my case, in my studio, I always go wired. And funny enough, that's one of the very first things that Sessions ever says to you. Always go on a wired connection. Purely because Wi-Fi, everyone jumps on it. You get 2.4, 5.4.
Absolutely.
There's so many. I could spend ages going through all of the
Oh
different
yeah, we could talk
variants.
tech. We could talk tech, me and you all day, mate.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Always go wired. Yeah. So what? Only recently I worked this out because it was like, how do I protect my internet if my internet goes down? So I was struggling with all kinds of solutions, and all it came down to, I was getting all these really expensive options given to me, like $1,000 a month for these special services. Like, oh my god, what? Who's got $1,000 a month? So all I got was a load balancing device, and I think I paid something like $150 for it. That's it. No subscription, no extra cost, nothing. Just simply a load balancing little black box, and my Spectrum internet and my AT internet go into it. You have to set it up on your computer. It takes a little bit of a while. I won't say it's easy. It's not. But I did a lot of YouTube channels and studied it up, and I got it. And if I pull the plug now on my Spectrum internet, the AT&T just carries on. And the AT&T is only like, I think it's about 8 up. It's half your speed. It's only 8 up. But what will happen is there's a bit of buffering going on with us right now. So I don't mean buffering we're behind, but it'll pull the signal, right, ahead of time. So if I lost my really good signal now with Spectrum, AT&T has a little bit of it already stored up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then AT will carry on putting it out. And what you'll see after a little while, the quality will drop slightly. You'll notice it won't be as clear as it is right now, but the stream will continue. Then if Spectrum comes back online again, then the balancing device will then flood it back over to Spectrum because it sees that's the higher stream, the bandwidth, and it'll continue running. When we talked about power, what the power is, if my power went off, my UPS will kick in, but everything in this studio is running off my UPS, the smoke machine and everything. It'll only last 5 minutes.
Oh, you got 5.
Yeah, but what happens then is I've got a big battery pack. It's called Ego, I call it in my nuclear power station.
Yeah.
It's this big box with all batteries that are sat on it. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those big power supplies. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is I've then got 5 minutes to take the power supply that's going to my UPS, put it into the battery pack. So I can do it in the middle of a song. I can just go off, press the button. I've now got 6 hours on that battery pack. Perfect. So that's how I've managed to do it. That's the way I've managed to make it work.
Yeah. Well, if I was to put a UPS on what I use here, I could probably go for half an hour. So
you could.
Yeah, if my stream went halfway through.
Yeah, you could finish the stream, right? You could come to a conclusion.
To quickly jump back on there. And what I even do, I've even got it set up. So even if my touch wood, it doesn't happen, but my cable was to go on my Ethernet, I can quickly turn my wireless back on, jump onto artist panel and just say, look, sorry, internet's gone. I will be back with you.
Yeah.
And what I do as well, I've got my mobile here. That is not sitting on my wireless. That is sitting on 4G. So if my wireless ever goes, that is always got a connection.
Absolutely.
So I can see my stream. I can contact people and say, look, internet's down or my power's out. I can sort something out for you.
Absolutely. There you go. So there are different types of options and how you can keep internet running. You've seen Tom's way of doing it, my way of doing it. There's all different ways of doing it. There isn't a best way. There's a way that works for you. Everyone's got different budgets. Everyone's got different needs. And remember, like we keep saying, get out there. If you want to get on YouTube and produce a YouTube video, pick up your phone, do it. You don't need a camera. You don't need a microphone. Just your phone you've already got. Yeah. If you want to go on sessions, what you're seeing here today is the ultimate. I've got everything in this studio, but you don't need it. You can start off with a. You can. I think actually no. On sessions, you can't go on a phone. You have to have a camera, like Tom. You have to have a microphone. You have to have a laptop, right? You can't do sessions on a phone, can you, Tom?
No, purely because the way Sessions have built their servers. Again, they use Amazon, the same system as Amazon Prime use.
Yeah.
They use the Amazon video servers, and because it's a I've got to get the terminology the right way around now. RMTP server, video streaming server. You have to have a program that can talk to it.
Yeah.
So OBS plus the artist panel has never been designed to run on a mobile. It's too small. The video quality's they're thereabouts, but they like something with a computer purely because of the connection speeds on it. One more bit of kit I've actually forgot to mention to you guys. I'm going to disappear off camera for literally 2 seconds, flip a switch. I will be back, but you are going to love this bit.
Okay, looking forward to it. Tom's going to be back in just a couple of seconds then, and we're also going to hear some music from Tom as well. Preston, no, mate, you're not ruining my advertisement for OBS. We're not advertising for OBS. I'm not sponsored by OBS at all. And, that's absolutely fine. We love all your comments. I love the fact you're always supporting my channel, mate. By the way, Preston Mercury is a young man who has a great Queen channel. So go and check his channel. If you like Queen, Preston Mercury has got a great channel where he features all Queen music and does a really good job. Puts a lot of effort into producing and creating these very unique videos. So Preston's one of my fans here. Always loyal to my channel, and I just want to give a good shout out to Preston's channel. It's great. If you love Queen music, you're going to love it. And Preston, no problem at all, mate. We're not sponsored here today by OBS whatsoever. We're just giving people all the different options and all the different ideas of how to get on sessions, how to get on YouTube. Right. So Tom, we got some flashing lights now. What's going on there?
Yeah. So behind me, I've got one just running over on my left-hand side, and you can't actually. If I move out the way, I've got one sitting behind me. These are two LED, so light emitting diode, RGB, so red, green, blue lights that are actually DMX slaved. So I know you love your lighting. So
oh yeah,
DMX slaved.
Just for a moment, Tom. Sorry to interrupt. Can you stop them from flashing just for a moment?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Just get them on one. Give us a nice colour, but just stop them from flashing just for a minute.
Of course.
Just in case we've got anybody watching who does have epilepsy. We wouldn't want to put anybody into a shock right now. There we go. Thank you, Tom.
Let's put the corporate colours on. Let's put the green colour in.
There you go, mate. Just in case we got anybody watching, we want to give a disclaimer. Let everybody know we've got flashing lights coming up.
I was about to change them anyway for you. So DMX, I've only recently got into doing DMX lighting. So I always used to run what I call STL, so sound to light.
Yeah.
What it does is pick up off the speakers, microphone will do its own thing built into the lights. But a friend of mine said, no, you want to go DMX, much easier, much quicker. Obviously, you run two amazing DMX boards, light boards. Yeah.
But do you know what? Lights, here's another thing. We're talking lights now, right? In 2020, you can get into lighting really cheaply. I came into lighting when lighting was big, heavy power cans, and each power can had to be pre-wired. It had to be wired independently on a bar, right? And each power can was like $50, and then the bulb was $50, $100 a bulb, and it only was one color. You put a gel at the front of it, and all the rest of it. And now in 2000, so it cost you a lot of money and a lot of weight carrying all your power cans and your bulbs around. Remember those flipping great bulbs we used to carry around, Tom?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Now look what we've got. I'm going to show you over here if I can get this camera. This one over here, that one over there. Okay, that's on a bar, a pre-wired bar. That's a Chevet. I think it's 4-tri. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah. But there's four on a bar. They're all LED, very efficient. Otherwise, my UPS and my Ego system wouldn't be able to run all that. Okay, and they're all pre-wired. No carrying, no nothing to move around. If you're a DJ like Tom and you're on tour, you're touring. Okay, there's no heat, there's no, drawing a lot of current, and they can be any color I want. I think I'm one of 17 million colors and all the different in-betweens and God knows what else, using a DMX. And Tom's got the same. He's got their LED lighting, which is controlling through which desk are you using to control those lights?
Right, so the way I've got these rigged up, I'll just move out the way. It actually has got its own built-in controller.
Okay.
I like, so I run all the programs off the one. They're slaved up, so the one behind me just sitting over there is the slave light, so I run everything from this one. So I literally change all the program on there and the two talk together, or I can run them as independent programs.
Perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you can do now with lighting is absolutely brilliant. Then all you need then is a bit of smoke, Tom. And then
need to get a hazer at some point.
I was toying between hazers and smoke because I've had haze, smoke, and dry ice when I did theatre shows, and I opted for a smoke machine because in this studio there's a lot of equipment and I don't want any damage to my equipment.
No,
If
exactly.
you use what I used to use in a big outside, big venue, theatre, oil-based hazers, you're going to destroy your equipment in an enclosed space. You're going to have oil deposits over everything. So, right? And you can go a water-based haze machine, but that still will leave some residue. If you
Exactly.
go for a smoke machine with a nice with a good quality smoke fluid, and water-based, not oil-based. Just don't go oil-based if you're in an enclosed space like this, because you will get a bit of oil around. This is the cleanest way I've been able to do it. It still gives a little bit, and after, like, you know what it's like, you wipe it up a little bit. But a water-based smoke machine is what I've used in this environment. You want to get a haze machine, be careful, mate, because it will, if it's oil-based, you don't want to go oil-based, not in your studio.
No, definitely not. And also, as well, from a singer's perspective, a water-based smoke machine doesn't dry you out either.
No, that's very good point. Absolutely good point. But
And
that's
the
that.
other lights that I love using, I haven't got them here because I wouldn't be able to put them in here. Again, they're smoke-based. They're the smoke-based the geyser lights. I don't know if you've ever seen them. Large boxes you put on the front of the stage, press the button, looks like a volcano.
Oh yeah, they're brilliant. They are.
Oh, I love doing those. I have set many a smoke alarm off with those, but unfortunately with those they are smoke based, so, and you can't use a water based solution in them because it's intense. It's single burst, bang. There,
Yeah.
you've got to have it react quick with
Yeah.
the fabric curtain on there. But they are brilliant, phenomenal pieces of kit to use.
So, folks, we have talked about how to get onto sessions. Go and check out Tom's links. We're going to post them all in the description below. And if there's any links, Tom, we've not already put in, let me know and we'll add them, because we want you to go over and check Tom out on Sessions. Sessionslive.com/
CMV Studio 495.
And what does the 495 stand for?
So the 495 was, at the time when I joined Sessions, I actually looked how many songs I had loaded or my most played. And it was just a random thing. I said, right, how many songs do I normally pick through for a set list? And I thought, right, let's go for the biggest set list because I'm going to go off with a bang. And that was the number I had in there. So to me, it marks the start of my Sessions timescale. Now that is up to, this is just, so I've got about 12 different music files on my laptop. I have now, as of today, let me just scroll this down, have got 651. So I've added over 150 songs since starting on Sessions.
Do you know, do you have to upload one at a time?
No, because
onto Sessions?
On my artist panel, this is something, on my artist panel, I only have my club set on there because to me, that's my one I enjoy the most doing. So what?
Yeah, but I mean, how do you add?
Time, unfortunately.
One at a time.
That's the only way you can do it.
I know, it's a pain, isn't it?
Currently, they are looking at doing a mass upload system, but that's something further down the line.
How do you know? I'm always impressed by you, Tom, because you always seem to know what's going on behind the scenes. Like you know everyone, like you know what's going on down there. You said to me, how do you know this stuff? Where do you get this back information from?
So every other Thursday is something that you need to talk to Sessions about, Martin. They do what they call a town hall, which is
I heard about this.
Yeah, big Zoom call. Absolutely phenomenal for us artists to go on. They tell you what's coming up, what they've been working on, what their priorities are, new features they're launching. And just as an artist, it's great for us to go on there because it's directly with Sessions. So you've got the director of artist operations, you've got the artist management team, you've got the development team are on there, the answer team are on there. It's normally around 60, normally about 60 or 70 artists are on there, but it's an hour-long call. We sit on there. They go through everything that's coming up, and I just keep up to date with what's going on because I always want to be at the front of what Sessions are doing because then
absolutely,
well, they're building that feature. How do I adapt what I do ahead of time? So when they launch it, I go, right, it's launching on Friday. My Friday show's got the new features.
Brilliant. It's definitely an amazing app. It's going to grow over time. You can see it every week getting bigger and bigger. It's fantastic. Do the artists ever get a chance to say anything at that town hall meeting, or is it just a listen thing?
So because it's growing at such a rate at the moment, the way that we do it, we get a newsletter from Sessions every week. So we know exactly what's going on the newsletter, and we've got a chance to fill in a survey report. So what that survey report does is they look at the trends. So if there's 30 artists that all say the same issue, they address that issue at the next meeting. The reason why they can't do live talk anymore is because there's so many of us. We was hammering them with 60, 80 questions a week, and it's only an hour that they get to do it, and they can't obviously answer 80 questions. So what they like to do is they like to go in a lot of detail about it. They don't want to just skim over the top line and say, oh yeah, this is what's happening. They want to go into detail of why they're doing it, how it's going to benefit us, how it's going to benefit you guys watching and listening to us.
Cool.
On there.
Well, Tom, we've been talking about sessions, YouTube, how to go live, what equipment you need. We've covered a lot of things today for you folks. I hope you're enjoying this, and thank you ever so much, everyone that's watching and tuning in and all the rest of it. I would like to now talk to you. We're going to conclude now that you have recently written a song, right?
Yes. The idea of this has been in my mind's production for about 5-ish years now, listening to everyone producing their own track, but it's only purely down to some of the artists I've met on sessions that are releasing songs. I'm thinking, well, they're releasing them and it's getting them growth on there. Obviously, that's the next bit of content that I need to start looking at. It's something I've wanted to do for ages, but not had. Because I'm a DJ, I'm a sound technician, so doing all of the production side is what I know. Writing songs, writing the tracks, writing the music for it is a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
So what I'm about at the studio here is using artists and promoting them pretty much like you're doing tonight with me, Martyn. It's fantastic. So you get that buzz from it because you know that you've helped someone get to that next step.
Absolutely.
I've put all of that help out there. Let's use some of that knowledge I've gained and use some of the experiences out there in the music world and put a track together myself. Fantastic.
So are we going to hear it?
Yeah, this one is the demo version of it. I'm still awaiting the final vocals, but
okay.
The guy who I wrote the lyrics with, because this is a co-write with another sessions artist, actually, this one. So again, power of internet, use a mutual document system that we put everything in. I put my ideas on. He wrote the verse out. I modified it. So now I want this bit here. I like how that sounds, and it's an absolutely phenomenal track. I cannot. We won't
have time to play the whole track through, obviously,
no,
but just give a taste of it, Tom.
So let's go then.
I know you're tired being on your own hurt, and I'm sorry I didn't do it intentionally. Tell me what you need, I'll take the risk and try again, but deep down we both know I can't take away the pain.
That's beautiful, that, Tom.
And that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to leave you on a little bit of a teaser with that one.
That is beautiful. That's a really nice song. I got the chance to listen to the whole track earlier, and I wish we could play the whole thing, but it's best to just give it a little bit of a teaser there today. But I heard it, and I have to tell you guys, it's a great track. What nice one. Good work there, Tom.
Thank you. As I said, that one's a demo version, so that was a really raw vocal cut on there. There's no processing on that. There's no editing on that.
Well, I have to say, I enjoyed it. I thought that the whole feel of it was great. So I look forward to hearing it. So we want to just thank everyone for tuning in here today. You've been listening to Tom Smith of CMV. He's a DJ, works professional as a DJ, but now he's online with sessions. He's online with YouTube. We'd like to share his YouTube link below. It's in the description. Go and check him out. Go and see him on sessions. And while you're there, you can come and check me out. I'm on most days as well. I'm on tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow the chart ends. It's like the record chart. Every week the chart finishes at 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 1 a.m. in the morning over there in England. And we all try to be number one by the end of the week. That's the idea. Try to sell more records. In other words, get more hearts, more viewers to be number one. And me and Tom are racing up the charts. We both want to be number one. We're trying to race each other to number one. So you can help us by going onto our sessions channel. Check us out. Listen to our music. Make requests. Join our crew. Share the love. And if we can help anyone here to get online with Sessions or YouTube, give us a call, message us through the channel. You can message my channel, or you can go and subscribe to Tom's channel. In fact, we hope you do. It's Canterbury Music Vibe. We will leave the links below, and Tom, I'm sure, will post it. And once this video finishes processing, Tom, tomorrow, come back and drop in the comments below all your links, and I'll make sure it posts it. And one last word from you, Tom.
Yeah, so as Martyn said, if you want to come and watch us on Sessions, I'm actually live tomorrow night, Sunday night, which is our club night here at CMV Studio. So I cannot wait for that. That is 6 p.m. GMT +1. Sunday is always an hour earlier than my usual. So that'll be 12 o'clock Central Time. So while you guys are sitting down having your Sunday lunch, you can then tune in and have a fantastic 2-hour club set that goes all the way back through the 90s, a couple of thousands, a couple of 2010 club numbers in there. And that is when I really do have a party with that one. Absolutely phenomenal. And a little spoiler alert for you guys as well. Martyn's done this interview with me tonight. We are returning that favour very, very soon. Martyn is going to be joining us on the flip side of the questions. So he'll be going through Martyn's career right from when he first started, how he got into music, how he wrote some of his own music as well and his own tracks, and a little bit more detail that I'm not going to spoil for you yet because Martyn doesn't know about them.
Hey, Tom, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on my show. Thank you very much for being here. I wish you all the very best with your YouTube channel. I wish you all the very best with your Sessions. But if you beat me to #1, me and you are going to fall out, all right? That's all I'm going to say.
Come on, you know the music industry. We're one big family. We always...
Absolutely. That's it. Everyone helps everybody. That's why Tom's on my show today. And I hope all of you have learned a lot. And if you want to know any more details about specifics, if you want to know more details about Tom's lighting or Tom's mixer or what microphone he uses and how he sets up the app, if you want more, if just drop us those questions below in the description, and we'll come on and we'll answer your questions and we'll give you more detail. Today we've just glossed over all the general points of getting online with Sessions and YouTube. All it leaves me to do is say thank you, Tom, for being a guest. You've been a great guest. Congratulations on everything you've done so far as a DJ on YouTube and on Sessions, and I will continue to be a fan, support your music, and it's great. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you, sir. All I'm going to do now is say God bless America, God save the Queen, and see you all live next time. If you stick on the phone just for a minute, Tom, I'll be right back with you as we end the stream. Bye-bye for now, and see you all next time. Bye-bye for now.